Hi guys, Mulos here. So today's video I'm going to be talking a different topic, and that is gold in Zambia. So basically I've realized one thing, that in Zambia there's practically zero information you can find about a lot of things that you want to find out. And because of the nature of the business that I do and the clients I meet, I meet a whole host of different people, and I've found myself meeting people who are small-scale gold miners looking for buyers, and then also gold buyers looking for sellers. And I have tried to introduce people to each other and all, and we basically come to the same problems. And I thought, it got me thinking, like, okay, in Zambia we are able to identify problems, but why don't we actually make apps or solutions for these easily identifiable problems? And then before I get to talking about that, I also need to state the other very, very obvious problem that is going to be a huge problem currently and down the line. That is gold mining and refining is highly polluted. It pollutes a lot. Small-scale miners use mercury, and they also use cyanide, which are both very, very poisonous. So if nothing is done about that, down the line you could have a lot of problems, birth defects, cancers, and all these other things. There are cleaner alternatives to mercury and cyanide. That's another possible solution a lot of people can offer, cleaner ways to mine the gold. You don't need to do things in a very, very destructive, poisonous nature. But anyways, I'll try to talk about this. Maybe if funds allowing, I'll be going to visit a few small-scale gold miners, just talk about what I see there and all. But today we're going to talk about the money. So the money is the most important thing. So I'm outside, and at the back there, that is my what you call this, my greenhouse, where I'm going to where I always plant my seedlings for the year. This year I'm going to try to do 50,000 seedlings to give away: tamarind, or the kawawasha, mauyu, and the msekese tree, the monkey biscuit one. I'll try 50,000 different trees, so look out for that. Anyways, so back to what I was talking about. One of the issues that I do encounter when I meet these people is pricing. So basically gold is priced on LME, that's London Metal Exchange, and so the buyers are expecting to buy LME minus a percentage, LME at a discount. So LME is the benchmark, then there's going to be maybe a 2% discount, 5% discount, 7% discount, 10% discount. So it will be LME minus whatever discounted rate they want to buy. Then you've got sellers who are coming in, and these guys, they're checking on the spot markets or the markets, and then they want to get LME for their gold here in Zambia. So this creates a lot of sorry about that. So this creates a lot of simple issues, like both the buyers and the sellers, a lot of them have unrealistic prices and all. So if you are a seller, so the question is this: why would anyone come all the way to Zambia to buy gold at LME price and then fly it out to Dubai? And then Dubai basically is now one of the gold centers of the world. Whether you like it or not, watching that Zim documentary and talking about the conflict in the Congo DR, Sudan, and all these other things, the reality is that if you've got gold, you're going to be selling it in Dubai. Whether you like it or not, Dubai is a place you probably will touch. So now the people buying the gold here are most likely going to be taking it to Dubai to sell, and then there at Dubai they're going to be selling at LME price or LME at a discount, or depending where they're going, LME at a premium. So now if you are a small scale miner selling your gold here and you're selling it at LME price or LME plus a premium, it means that it's totally distorted price. You won't actually have anybody buying. The only people buying are maybe people who are just jumping into the gold business, and they haven't done their research and all, and they're just buying anything and using LME as a benchmark. So there's all these distortions and lack of information. So these are opportunities for you app developers and all. You can have a Zambian app, and then don't think just within Zambia, think within Africa. An app that is able to tell you what the going rate for gold is in Zambia, with Zambian practicalities, maybe Congo, Uganda, Sudan. Okay, let me not talk about Sudan, but let's, basically all over this Africa, we've got these small scale miners and all. So those are opportunities in terms of creating the apps that can price gold in a way that both buyers, sellers can find out. You also have opportunities for people who are able to test gold. So there are a lot of simple ways of testing gold. Some are using nitric acid. The nitric acid test, you dissolve it, you put it in nitric acid. If it dissolves, it's fake. If it doesn't dissolve, it goes for further testing. Then you've got other people who've got smelters that they basically smelt it. If it's fake, it's going to burn away. If it's real, it'll be in more lumpy thing. Anyways, topics for another day. Today we're just talking about the money side. So there are a lot of opportunities in these things. When we hear about small scale gold mining, everyone wants to rush there and try to become a gold miner. Is Amazama one of those things? But guys, most of the people I've seen, they cannot even handle a kambwili, a hoe, or even a pick. And that's a lot of back-breaking work where we romanticize these things. Small-scale gold mining is hard work. It's destructive on the body, destructive on the environment. It's destructive all around, unless done right. So, you've got people, just with very fragile bodies going deep in the bush to try and dig and all these things, dreaming of gold and dreaming of riches, wealth, and all that thing. And they don't actually have the correct information. You go somewhere just to catch malaria or some other funny ailment, and then it's gonna be a cost on you and your family. So if there's actual information out there, people can make informed decisions. People who are making informed decisions make better decisions. And if they're looking for the tools could be the apps, it could be the equipment, it could be the alternatives to the mercury and cyanide, like borax and all these other things. If you're looking for smelting equipment, where to safely store your gold, where to safely meet and transact with genuine buyers, and if you're a genuine buyer, where you can meet and transact with genuine sellers in a safe locality and all that other stuff. Then also the other information is how are the gold dealers going to get paid? Are they going to get paid in cash? Is kwacha cash, dollar cash? There are issues with that. Are they going to get paid in crypto? Right now, a lot of people do get paid in USDT or USDC or other cryptos. Or are they going to get paid via bank transfer and all these other things? Then the next thing you also have are people, a lot of times people who are dealing in certain things, they are scared of things like the FIC, the ZRA, DEC, Anti-Corruption Commission and all that stuff. If you are doing a genuine business, guys, and you've got the backing paperwork and you've got the paper trail to prove you're doing genuine business, you do not have to fear anything from FIC, ZRA, DEC, ACC, Zambia Police Services, or anybody of those natures. Just do the right thing, and you don't have to hide your money that you're earning legally and all that stuff. But anyways, this was just the introductory talk. Do let me know in the comment section what you'd actually want me to talk about next. Right now, we're going to go and look at the app that I use to price gold, or how when people come to consult me and I'm able to see what the prices are. Mind you, it's a paid app. So at the end of the day, there are a lot of free apps out there. A lot of the good apps are actually designed for the Indian market, because India is a very large gold buying community. A lot of the other apps are designed for the Arab community, and it's a lot of it is in Arabic and stuff like that. And here in Zambia, a lot of people do speak Hindi, they do speak Pashtun, they do speak Urdu, and they do speak Arabic. A lot of people don't. So you have to look for something that caters for all those things. So we're going to now go have a seat by my little office at the back there. I don't know if you can see that felled tree over there. That's where I'm going to sit, and that's where I sit and do and think big and probably thinking small in a big way. But let's go and look at the things. Okay, so now we're going to get and look at the practical side. One of the problems I found is information, like I said, is really sketchy, hard to come by. Everybody using a different pricing model, people using different apps. Some apps are logical, some apps are illogical. So if you're going to be doing any business as a business, guys, you need to learn to pay for apps. I know free things are good, free things make a lot of sense, but some of these apps are actually very, very affordable and all. So I'll show you the app that I use. It's on iOS, it's not on Android. I don't yet have an Android equivalent. I haven't found one. This one works for me and it's made life very, very easy. I think it's called Gold Price. Anyway, so let me open it up. All right, so this is the app. It's a very, very simple, clean app. I paid the subscription. I hate seeing ads pop up on my things when I'm trying to do work and stuff. So it's got two calculators. There's the basic calculator and then there's the gold calculator. I'll show you the difference between the two and how it can make work so much easier, especially if you're okay. So I don't do golds, guys. A lot of people come to me for consulting, and you basically have to look like you know what you're doing. Pull out your calculators, tell people what LME price is, how much they can expect to get for their thing, how much they expect to pay, such kind of things, guys. So I always have to be prepared. I've got so many different calculators for so many different scenarios. I've got a tax calculator, I've got a VAT calculator, I've got a gold calculator, I've got an oil calculator, I've got a commodities calculator. I've just got so many different cryptocurrency calculators, exchange calculators. I've just got so many calculators. Someone comes to me, I always need to look like I know what I'm doing. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but most of the times I know what I'm doing. So anyways, back to the calculator. So here you can choose which currency, which commodities or precious metals you're doing. There's copper, there's gold, there's silver, there's platinum, and there's palladium. So some of these, I'm sure in the future we'll probably be dealing with these in Zambia later. So this is probably something I'm going to be using for the long term. So anyways, if you look at gold, let's go to the calculator, the basic. So when you click on the basic calculator, by default it's on silver. You change it to gold. Once you've changed it to gold, this is the LME price. So now you're going to look at the weight. You're either going to use ounce, grams, or kilograms. I know by default it's ounces, but by default in Zambia you're going to be measuring in grams. No one has the time, energy, or resources to be thinking ounces in Zambia. So now when you change here at the bottom here, select weight, and you're going to change it to gram. And then how much are you going to get for 1 gram of gold? And the other thing with gold, guys, a lot of people are going to be dealing with grams. Very few people are going to be dealing with kilograms or anything bigger. So this is one of the things that causes a lot of people a lot of problems. In that let me just okay. This is one of the things I don't like about the app. That once you've gotten to where you need to go, it's removing the bottom part here. It's a bit of a nightmare. Okay, so there we go. So 1 gram of gold is going to give you $117.80, and that is now the highest quality, which is 24 carats, or close to 100% or 100% purity. So this is just a benchmark. So now you've seen the benchmark, and how do you proceed from there? If we now go back, we're going to look at the gold calculator. So click on the gold calculator, and here you've got again grams or troy ounces. We're going to go with grams, and then here you can either use the spot price or you can use the live price. So use the live price wherever you can. So use the live price wherever you can. Then now you're going to put the weight in, let's say the weight in grams. We're going to look at 1 gram, and we calculate. So once you've calculated that 1 gram, you're going to see different prices here. So there's 24 karat gold, which is going at 117.80. 23 karat gold, which is 95.8% purity, is going to be at 112.85. So you're seeing the different prices for different grades or quality or carats of gold, and it's easier for you to make a spot decision, guys. If you've got let's say 12 karat gold, which is 50% purity, you automatically know that the price is $58.90, and then now you're going to do your minus 2%, 5%, 7%, 10%. You're able to price these things in a logical manner and make an informed decision. So now it brings me back to the question, why don't we have local apps like this? We've got a lot of brilliant local apps developers out there. Most of the apps I've seen are to do with fintech, and it's basically, I love fintech, I work in fintech and all that stuff, but what about the practical side of apps, like gold calculator, calculators. Calculators you can use if you go to the market to find out whether the import you're buying is at a good price or bad price. Whether the maize, you've got a whole field of maize. How much is that maize going to bring you? We don't actually have such kind of apps that can work in the best manner and all. So this is something that I'll probably be venting about this on and off. But we do need a sort of gold calculator that is for the Zambian environment, Zambian scenarios, where you can actually price in if you are going to be selling. Okay, let's say here you've got 13 grams of gold. Okay, you've got 13 grams of gold. That's going to be $1,531. And so now the question is, if it's 14 karat gold, or let's say it's 18 karat gold, that's $1,148.55 at price, LME price. Now, if you want to figure out how much you're going to get if you're doing a 5% discount, 8% discount, 10% discount, 15% discount, 50% discount, and all these other things. So this is something you can think about for you app developers. And then now the other thing is that if you're going to be venturing into gold, guys, let's be practical. A lot of things to consider. One is security. In Zambia, it's a safe country, but people get jacked all the time. Crime does happen in Zambia. No matter how crime happens in Zambia. We read a lot of romanticized things about Zambia, but let's be honest, crime happens in Zambia. I was a victim of a crime once. I went somewhere, I forgot that I live in the real world. I went somewhere and I got attacked. It was a very, very simple business meeting. And I didn't even go with any money or anything. I just had my laptops and my phones right in the heart of town. I got attacked by a group of guys. And it was a wake-up call, that sometimes people think you're rolling with money when all you're doing is just coming in with your phones, 2 phones, a laptop, and your belt. And, people attack you. And then, you're thinking like, goodness gracious, if they steal my phone, where will I get money to get another phone? Such kind of things. So crime does happen in Zambia. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. And the other thing is you're dealing with a lot of scammers. There's fake gold out there. If you don't know how to test for gold, guys, don't get involved in gold. It's a simple, basic chemistry. Then the other thing, if you're going to be mining gold or refining gold, guys, why put yourself through exposure to hazardous chemicals like cyanide and mercury? Look for alternatives like borax and other alternatives that are there to you don't want to make money and then die from the money that you're making. So life is precious, the environment is precious. Let's live for the moment and let's live for the future as well. And then you don't want to be polluting the area. Cleaning up mercury waste is very, very expensive, guys. It can just be a few drops of mercury, but it could make a whole habitat uninhabitable for people for a long time to come. So let's be responsible and all. And then the other things is that let's not fear the tax man. Let's not fear doing the right thing in the right way. You shouldn't be doing business to hide the business that you're doing. Do the business with your chest, guys. If you're doing an honest business, do it with your chest. I deal in crypto. And I deal with it with my chest. I have had encounters with FIC, DEC, Zambia Police, ZRA, and a whole host of others, even the banks. And I've told them, look, this is what I do. And basically, we've gone through my paperwork, which checked out. We've gone through my tax records, which check out. We've gone through my client list and client base, which checks out. If you're doing an honest business in Zambia, do it with your chest so that you don't have problems down the line. The same with gold. So if you're going to deal gold, guys, there are a lot of licenses and permits that you need to have. Don't just be the guy doing things for the sake of doing things. Depending on which side of the value chain or the food chain you're in, if you're going to be a gold buyer, and it means you automatically have the resources to be compliant with the statutory requirements. If you're going to be a small-scale gold miner, possibly you don't have the resources, but there's always something that needs to be done, and always do things the right way. Anyways, I thought I would just I'm out and about, guys. Next time I'll try to be in the studio. I know some people are like, hey, Mr. Mulos, you need to invest in studio time, in cameras, and all these other things. Guys, these things cost money. If you want me to get better camera equipment, guys, throw business my way so that I get the proper equipment. I'll go all the way to Tokyo to get the camera equipment, so that I can also go to there's a One Piece themed amusement park in Japan. I'd actually love to go there. There's a Naruto one, and there's a One Piece one, and then there's one for Detective Conan. I don't watch that much Detective Conan, but I'd actually love to go there and find out how that anime has lasted so many years and years. I think it's older than One Piece. I may be wrong. Anyways, I digress, guys, but I'll try to make some more videos of gold. And here, let me leave you with I'll mute the sound. There's this was one of the let me just mute the sound. So this was when people are thinking gold and all these other things, people are thinking in terms of okay, let me just mute this because the sound is muted. So this was somebody who had needed help to find buyers for his gold. I think it was like 300 grams or 500 grams of gold, and it was like he was really in a spot, and he needed help to find a buyer for this, and it was a weekend and stuff like that. So when you're dealing gold, guys, you're going to be dealing with quantities as small as this. People are there thinking of the gold bars, all these other big things, but it's usually going to be in the grams, guys, as small as 1 gram, as large as a couple of 100 grams. So that is something I thought I should mention. Anyway, guys, see you in the next one. Bye.